So as I said, my name is Janet Dulski, and we will be spending the next roughly an hour together talking about Proxio and how you can get the most out of it. Our agenda for the morning will be as follows. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the key market trends impacting the U.S. real estate industry today. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what Proxio is. We'll spend the bulk of our time in a live demonstration. I'll come back to the presentation, give you the tips on getting started with the service, and talk about some of the other offerings we have, leaving time at the end if I haven't answered your questions to do so. So, key trend impacting the U.S. real estate industry today, foreign buyers, and they are truly making a difference. This last year, U.S. residential property dollar volume to international buyers was $82.5 billion. That's an increase of 25% over 2011. This total dollar volume was 9% of the U.S. residential market last year. Foreign buyers pay a higher median price and pay cash 62% of the time. So this is a big opportunity. And it's also a very lucrative opportunity and one that's very exciting for the U.S. Real estate market. Where are these foreign buyers coming from? The reality is they're coming from all over the world. You can see on the left-hand side some percentage breakouts. The Canadians are certainly still the top group purchasing U.S. real estate. However, we're seeing a great increase from Chinese buyers, and they're increasing at about 25% a year, but really all over the world, whether it's for political or economic turmoil at home, whether it's the cachet of owning U.S. real estate, whether it's the opportunity to own real estate at all, to purchase a second home, a home for family members, particularly children who may be studying here in the U.S., or to move here. There are a number of reasons that foreign buyers are purchasing U.S. real estate, and they truly come from every country of the world. The second key trend we see today is that really multilingual is the new norm in the U.S. As you can see from this map, certainly the hot spots are on the East Coast, the West, and the Southwest. The percent of the population speaking a language other than home, for example, in Nevada is 28.2%. What that means for you is that if you haven't already, you're likely to have the opportunity to be working with either a foreign buyer or a client or a prospective client who speaks a language other than English. And the challenge is, and opportunity is communicating with those folks. The great news is Proxio can help you really take advantage of both of these trends that are impacting the real estate industry today. Proxio is the only global network that is exclusively for real estate professionals like yourselves. We have over 550,000 agents from over 100 countries in our system. The entire network and platform operates in 19 different languages. So what that means is while we'll be operating the system in English, our colleagues in Russia will be operating the system in Russian, in France in French, and so on. The system really enables agents all over the world to break down barriers and borders and start to create business relationships with each other around the world, no matter where they are. I often use the analogy that Proxio is like a LinkedIn for real estate professionals. So similar to LinkedIn, we have Beth in California linked to Alan in Costa Rica, who's linked to Ophelia in Florida, and they're all connected. But unlike other social networks, not only is it your professional profile that's part of your connections, but it's also your listings. And that's what really makes this such a very powerful business tool. Because your listings are part of your profile and part of your connections, that's what enables you to have the conversations with agents all over the world that can lead to referrals and sales leads. In addition to being a networking platform, Proxio is also a global marketing service. We're one of the world's largest collections of international properties. We have over 3 million listings in the system, valued at over $1.7 trillion. We also actually believe we are the largest collection of international luxury properties. We have over 140,000 properties listed at $1 million above, and you can see the other various breakdowns. The power of these listings is that they're all translated into 19 different languages. And we have over 400 fields, so these are the richness is there. Lots of ways to describe the listings. All those fields are translated by human beings who are native speakers. So you can be assured that your listing, no matter what language it's being viewed in, is being understood authentically and completely, and there's no chance for miscommunication or misunderstanding. On the right-hand side of the screen here, you can see the various different languages into which we translate, and with an example of some listings translated into Russian and Chinese. As I'll show you as we get to the demo, the translations, the listing detail information can be emailed and printed. So you have ways to start to communicate, as we were talking about, with multicultural or foreign buyers. In addition to having your listings available in the international MLS, that is Proxio, your listings are also automatically syndicated to global consumer websites such as World Properties, where they're available not only to agents but consumers around the world in the 19 different languages. And it's not only your listings, but it's your profile as well, and I'll show you what that looks like. Proxio makes it very easy for you to create marketing materials for clients and buyers. Again, it's definitely a theme. All of these materials can be translated to any of 19 different languages and made available, printed out, or emailed. Just with a click of a button, you have the ability to make wonderful, beautiful flyers that are very easy for you to reach out to multicultural clients and foreign buyers. We also know how important social media is to real estate agents' businesses. So we do allow, again with a click of a button, you to post your listings to your Facebook timeline, where they can be translated into 19 different languages. So it gives you one more avenue to expose your listings to people from all over the world in a way that they can easily understand information about your listing. So I'm just going to do a quick check to see if we have any questions. We don't, so at this point I'm going to go out to our live demo. Now this is a landing page that this is where you will come to register the first time you use Proxio. You'll come here, you'll enter your username, which is your email address, your default password, which is Prudential Americana 2013. You simply check your terms of use and then click Done, and it's that easy. You are registered. Once registered and in Proxio, you will come here, which is the Proxio homepage, or as we call it, the big button page. Now, a couple items. On the left-hand side in the top corner here, I have a PROXIOPRO logo. You will have the Prudential Americana logo. And wherever you are in the system at any point, if you click on that, that will always bring you back to this home page. We have put sort of the key things that you'll want to do on a regular basis in these 9 big buttons. And so that's what I'm going to walk you through, just to understand what they are and how to navigate. First, to keep in mind, Proxio is a live database, so it's constantly changing, right? It's dynamic. So one of the things I do suggest is that agents check the network to see what's happening on a regular basis when they first come in. You can do that by simply clicking this top right button, Profile and Network Overview, which will take you here. Now on the right-hand side, you'll see information about what's happening in the total Proxio network. Up here at the top are the statistics, latest and greatest. So it looks like we actually have 626,000 plus agents in our system, over 3 million listings, and the value of those listings from 139 countries as of today. Just below that, you'll see the newest agents in the system. So the flag will denote the language that agent speaks. So this agent, and just below that will be the country code. So this agent from Russia obviously speaks Russian. And then we have a number of agents here, it looks like from Kai's. You can expand this list to see more. And this might be a place you want to check as you're building your referral network, which we'll talk about in a moment, to see who has just come into the system. Perhaps there's somebody here that might make sense for you to reach out and connect with. In addition, you can see the latest listings in the system. The country code will be just above here on the right-hand side. This one's from Costa Rica. We have a couple from Italy. The symbol right below that will tell you the privacy level that that particular listing is within the system. These with the blue globe are public. Most of the majority of our listings in the system are public, which means any agent in the Proxio system does have access to the full detail of the listing. However, there are some listings, particularly from other parts of the world, where agents do not have the opportunity to have exclusive listings, as you do here, where they might come into the system marked private, which with a little padlock, which simply means that if you would like to see the detail of that particular listing, you do need to reach out and contact the listing agent directly. In addition, there's another level of privacy, which is called network, which is symbolized by 2 monitors. And that means that the listing detail information is available to agents within the global network of the listing agent. Otherwise, you do need to reach out to the listing agent directly. On the left-hand side of the page, you'll actually see information about yourself and your own referral network. So at the top is just a summation of your profile, how you are being viewed by other agents in the system, and we'll see a full profile in a moment when we do our referral network portion. Just below that in the middle here, you'll see information about your own referral network. So what is sort of the latest, greatest happenings? You can see the properties, new and updated, that have come into the system, into your network in the last 15 days, the last week, last 2 days, last 1 day. So I can see that there are 201 new properties that have come into my network in the last 7 days. That may be of interest to me if I have a buyer. I may want to take a look and see what properties are now available in my own network. I can see information about my network. I can see that I have 57 agents in my network. I can see that I now have 4,800 plus listings in my network. And I can see the groups to which I belong. The bottom left-hand side is a public message board. This is a place where agents will post information that will go to the broad Proxio network. So it might be information about a particular listing, it might be questions they have, or information they want to share with the broader network. Now, probably the most important thing to do in Proxio when you first come in is to complete your profile. And the reason being is the more complete your profile, the more often you come up in agent searches, and the more opportunities you have to build relationships with other agents around the world. There are 2 ways you can access your profile, either from this page where it says Edit Profile, or up at the top right-hand side here, you'll see an icon of a little person with a green shirt and the word Profile next to that person. You can click on that to access your profile, and this is available at any page you are in the platform, so you can always access your profile if you use this avenue. This is the profile page, and the center section here where it says information is the information that appears on your profile and is available to other agents in the system. So, for example, if you speak a language other than English, you'll want to enter that here. If you have designations, affiliations are all things that you would want to fill complete out here. Specialties is also very important. So if you specialize in vacation homes or second homes or luxury homes or commercial properties, whatever it might be, please enter all of that here. This is an area that does, as you'll see shortly, get searched quite a bit. You want to make sure your photo is uploaded. I do believe actually all your photos are coming into the system automatically, but you can certainly see what's in the system if you want to change it by checking that network overview that we looked at a moment ago. Once you have entered all this information, be sure to click the Save Changes button, which will update the network. So once you've completed your profile, now you can start to build out your referral network. You do that by clicking this middle top button here, which will bring you to an agent search page. I'm just going to kind of explain to you what the results are, just moving left to right on the page, and then we're actually going to do a search of our own. So starting from the left-hand column, this column will tell you the relationship of this particular agent to your own global referral network. So if there is a yellow star next to an agent, that means that agent is already part of your network. If there's a yellow triangle with an exclamation point, that means you have actually sent an invitation to that particular agent. They have not yet responded, so that invitation is pending. And then if there's two hands shaking, that means that's an agent who's not part of your network, and you can reach out and network with them. The agents' names are all hot linked to their profiles, which we'll see in a moment. The next column over is the level that particular agent is within the Proxio network. We do have 4 different levels. We have 3 different levels. Our platinum or global agents have this orange starburst with the word pro in it. They do come to the top of agent searches. Just below them will come our premium agents with a green sun, and then our standard agents with a blue star. All of you are in the system as standard agents. The agency name is hot linked to information about the agency to which the agent belongs. You can see their location. The column with the 2 people on it, the icons of the 2 people, is the number of agents within that particular agent's global referral network. I will give you a little tip. Those agents with larger referral networks do also come up higher in search results. The column with the house here indicates the number of listings that particular agent has in the system at the moment. Next is the languages they speak, and then their specialties. Now, from a searching perspective, you can see there's a number of different ways to search. You can search by geography, by language, designations. You can do a text search, and you can also search by group. So you can see these are some of the items that I was suggesting that if you can complete, to be sure to fill out in your profile, such as designations and language, and you'll see specialties, because this is how you can be searched. So as an example, let's assume that I actually have a client who's interested in a second home in France, and I'd like to build my referral network a little bit out with some agents in France to see if they might have listings for my client or know someone who does. So from a geography standpoint, I'm going to search for France. Now, it would make things a little bit easier if the agent spoke English, so I am going to just do a search to see how many do speak English. And my client is actually looking for a sort of higher-end home, so I'm going to search for agents who have a specialty in luxury. I click the green arrow, and I get my search results. So as you can see, all these agents are in France. They do all speak English, and they all have luxury in their specialties. You may also note that there's these little ads up here. These are our platinum global agents. You can see these ads, these personal banner ads, are geo-targeted, so because we're doing a search in France, these are all French agents. Now, if I'm interested in learning a little bit more about one of these agents, say Pierre, I simply click on Pierre's name, which will bring me to his profile. Pierre's done a nice job of completing his profile. We can see information about how to contact him. We can see his specialties, his affiliations. He's got a photo. We can see the groups he belongs to. So this is how you want to make sure that your profile is completed like this. We can see that he is a premium member in the Proxio network. He has 17 agents in his network, and we can actually see who those folks are in case there might be somebody here that we would also like to connect with as well. And we can see that he has 33 listings. If we're interested in, let's say I'm interested in connecting with Pierre, I simply click the invite button, which brings me to a pre-completed email that goes to Pierre asking him to be part of my global referral network. Now when I send this to Pierre, it actually shows up in his email, whichever email he has within the network. He does not actually need to be in Proxio, so you do not need to be in Proxio to receive agent connection requests or sales leads or referrals. Those will all come to your email address directly. When this arrives in Pierre's inbox, because I'm going to assume he has his system set for French, when it arrives in his inbox, it will actually be translated into French. Now, that's because we have translated, had human beings translate all these messages. If I wanted to, I can certainly change this email and add something else. However, once I've added freeform text, it will not be translated. The reason being is freeform text is not translated in the system because the only way to do that currently is through a computer. And then we cannot guarantee that the complete context and the authenticity is correct in the language into which it's translated, and there are risks involved in that. So we do not translate freeform text, but otherwise any text that's already in the system will actually be translated. When this arrives to Pierre, he'll have a link in the email back to my profile. So this is another reason you want to make sure your profile is complete so that when agents you've requested to network with click on your profile, they do see information about you and enough information to decide that yes, they would like to connect with you. Once he clicks accept, we're automatically connected. Now, Proxio also makes it very easy, once you've built your referral network, to communicate with the network. You'll see there's these 6 tabs across the top, and the middle one says My Agent Network. When I click on it, it brings me to my own personal referral network. Now I can communicate very easily with this network from this page here. Let's assume I've got a brand new listing. And I think it's something that might be of interest to several of the members of my referral network. They may have buyers or know people who have buyers for this listing. So I'm going to send everybody an email. I can do that by clicking this top checkbox, which will check everybody in my network. I click Send Mail. I get back to an email client. I can type whatever I want here about my new listing. I can attach listing detail information, I can attach photos, whatever I'd like to attach, and then I send it and it goes out to everyone in my network. Now, I can also send referrals and hopefully receive referrals. So if I know someone who has a client who's interested in also buying in France, and I do know that I have at least 2 agents, William and Kirkour, who are also who are French agents, and I can send them a referral by simply clicking the Send Referral button, which brings me again to an email client where I can put the information I know about in this case, a buyer and their client, the client's name, and I send the referral to them. Let's see if we have any questions. Okay. So you've completed your profile and you've started to build out your referral network and communicate with your referral network. So now let's take a look at how you'd search for properties for your clients, as well as how your properties would be searched within the system. So you search for properties by this top left button here. which takes you to a search page. Now, whether you're doing an agent search or a property search within Proxio, we will only return you 250 results at any one time, and that's for security reasons. So you do want to, in both, sort of narrow your search as much as you can appropriately. On the property search here at the bottom, you'll see that there is a red number results. So this is dynamic, and that will help you kind of know and gauge how far down you have sort of narrowed your search. So right now, because I have this default is U.S., we can see there's well over 1 million properties listed in the U.S. So I'm going to assume I'm a let's see, I'm a French agent, and I have a client who's interested in property in California. I'm going to do that search here. Let's say they're interested in Southern California, maybe the Coronado area in San Diego. And so as I was doing this result search, you can see that I'm now down to 289. So I've certainly come down significantly. You can choose the type of property. I'll choose house, but you can see there's various different other types of properties that can be searched, as well as further definition in terms of style. So my client is interested in a detached house, but there are also other different kinds of houses as well. My client is interested in a higher end property, so I'm going to search for properties that are priced at $1 million and above. I'm now down to 5 results, so that's fine, but I can certainly further refine the search if I need it in terms of bedrooms, bathrooms, etc. I click the search button, and I come to my search results. So working just sort of left to right again, I'm going to let you know what we're looking at here. So the green check mark simply means that's an active listing. These are the only listings we will return in a search result. Next over column is the level of privacy, which we discussed earlier. The reference number is hot linked to the property detail, which we'll look at in a moment. You can see the number of images in the system. This split column speaks to commissions being paid. If there's this red slash, that means technically that means that the agent will not be paying commissions. We rarely see this, and most often if we see this, actually it tends to be an error coming in from the MLS. So I would say that that's probably the situation there. Information about the price of the property, the bedrooms, bathrooms. You can reach out and find out information about the agency. You can connect with the listing agent or send them an email. Now this property here at the top here in this green box is a featured listing. It does belong to either a premium or a global agent in the Proxio system, or an agent who has purchased a featured listing for this particular listing. They do come to the top of search results, and they do get set aside, treated a little bit differently. Now, if we want to see more information about this property, we simply click on the reference number, and we get brought to the property detail. We can see images of the property, as well as information about the property summary, description, features, and information about the listing agent. Now, all of this, the property detail can be translated into any of our 19 different languages. So if we want to translate it into Japanese, say, you can see it's instantly translated into Japanese. This information here, this is free-form text. Property description is not translated because, as I said earlier, this free-form text. However, it can be entered into it can be entered as a second language, and so then it would show up in that second language here, and all the rest of the information has been translated. Now, I can email it or print it out for my client, but before I do so, I'd prefer to be able to present this particular listing to my client with my own contact information on it. So if we go back to search results, I'm going to show you how to do that. It's sort of one of those gems in the system I'd like to make sure you know how to do. So if I'm interested in this, sharing this particular listing with my client. If I check the box for that listing, and then I come up here where it says View Report, and it says Client Report, which is what we want, and I click this green arrow, we're back to our the property listing detail. But if I come down to the bottom now, it's being presented with my contact information. I like this much better, so now I'm going to translate this. We'll translate it into French for my client. Again, it has my contact information, and now I'm going to email it, or I can print it out for my client. So it just makes it really easy for you to communicate with your client no matter what language they speak, and do it in a way where your contact information remains on the information. Okay, now all your properties are coming into our system automatically. We do get a feed every 24 hours. So there's no need for you to actually re-enter any of your properties, which is great. However, there may be times when you do have a need to enter a listing, and that's a very simple thing to do. I'll show you quickly how to do that. And that may be because you have a listing outside of the MLS, you are co-listing a property with another agent, and it's in the MLS under that agent's name, and you want to market it through Proxio as well. Or a broker or an agent has requested that you actually advertise or market their property. They're not part of Proxio, but have asked you to do so, in which case you could add the listing here. You can add a listing by clicking this middle button here. We make it very simple to add listings as much as possible. There are drop-down menus of information to choose from. We've got 4 different tabs. The first tab is property information, and things in red must be entered. The second tab is just descriptions, and you can see just easy drop-down menus that allow you to choose the type of heat, the type of roof materials, etc. Features are just a bunch of check boxes, so building features, ground features. You can see there's many, many choices, nearby attractions, and then you can add the text and photos. Now you can also edit any property in the system, whether it's come into the system automatically or you've entered it manually. To do that, you look at the far left navigation under My Properties. You'll see a list that says Edit Property. If you click on that, that will bring you to your property list. And all the properties in the list will have a pencil icon, which will allow you to edit it by clicking on it. You can see then we're back to the same 4 tabs we saw earlier. Obviously these are completed, so I just simply go to the tab where I needed to make the change. So let's say the type of heat I've learned is actually solar. And I did want to add a photo, so I'm going to go Add Text and Photo. This center section here is the freeform text that's the property description. As you can see, there is a tab for a second language, so you could have it translated by a native speaker and entered here, and then it would show up in the property detail information. So I'm going to add my photo. I'm simply going to browse my computer for the photo. I'm going to open it and upload it. And here it is. I can choose it to be the primary photo, or I can also remove the photo, or any photo. I can also reorder the images very simply by just dragging and dropping. So if I want that picture there and I want this one at the end, I save it and they're instantly reordered. So I'm going to finish and I'm done. It's that simple. Let's see, I do have a question here. Okay, so there was a question about modifying your profile. So the first question was around uploading your photo. I do know, I'm just going to go there real quick here to answer this question. When you browse and upload your photo, it unfortunately does not give you information here to see that it's been uploaded. However, if you do go to the profile and network overview, you can go there. Oops, still working. Slowly. You can go there where I went at the very beginning. You can check to see that your photo was indeed uploaded. If it's, for whatever reason, it's still not uploading, I will have information about how you can contact us, and you can send us a note. We'll get that fixed. The second question was default email. Actually, that does need to be changed by, sorry, here we go. So then you can check here to see if it is now your correct profile. Your default email is something that can only be changed in the back end. So Ashley, if you do want to go ahead, and I'll give you that contact information in just a few minutes, you can just send us a quick email with the new email you'd like to use, and we can make that change for you. Okay, so now you've completed your profile, start to build out your network and communicate with them. We've searched for properties. If you added a listing, and we edit our listing. Now let's talk about some of the marketing things you can do. We'll talk about how to post to Facebook and make some beautiful flyers. We'll just click that post to the web button, which will bring us to the page where we can upload a listing to Facebook. So system's suddenly gotten slow. So bear with me. Let me stop that for a minute and see if I can get that to work again. All right, we seem to be having some technical difficulties. So at this point, I'm just going to pop back out. We'll go through a couple other items, and then I'll come back in. I did want to show you how to post to Facebook, how to print and make flyers, and then how to get help. So I'll come back. We'll see if that won't sort of fix itself here in the meantime. All right. So we often get asked, does Proxio work? The answer is yes. We hear great stories from agents regularly. I have two quick ones to share with you. Martha is an agent down in Florida. She was able to close a $19 million commercial development project sale last summer through a connection she made through her global referral network. So she's definitely a big fan of Proxio. Jerry is a Canadian agent who gets leads all the time from all over the world through his referral network, and told us about a referral, recently a referral from a connection in India to someone in Canada. He was able to close that, that transaction fee, enabled him to purchase our highest level of membership for a number of years. So he considers Proxio a very cost-effective marketing service. I did promise that I would sort of leave you once again with the sort of two things that I want to make sure you do. One is to build out your profile. You want to make sure you look like the agent on the right-hand side, so you get found in agent searches and people invite you to connect, as well as people accept your connections. Once you've done that, you want to start building out your global referral network. That's how you can start to use Proxio to build your global business. As you saw, you can search by language, specialties, geographies, a number of other ways to find agents who make sense for your business. And then once you've built those, you can communicate and share with those agents. Now, as a Prudential Americana agent, you have free access to Proxio as a standard agent. That means you have access to the over 600,000 agents we have in our system to build your global referral network. Your properties are automatically syndicated to international sites like worldproperties.com, and you have access to instant and accurate and authentic translations of all your listings. We'll see, I've got a question. Yes, great question around upgrades. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. So the next slides. We do have 3 additional packages available for purchase. Our social agent package, with this, in addition to what you have currently as a benefit through Prudential Americana, you'll also have access to our new Facebook app called Social Search, which will allow you to engage clients in promoting IDX properties through social media. And I'll actually take a moment to demo that as well. That's available for $199 a year or $19.99 a month, plus a $99 setup fee. Our next level is our premium agent package. Your profile will come up higher in agent searches. You also get up to 5 listings to be made featured. You get our Facebook app as well as a multilingual IDX property search widget for your personal website. And I'll show you that because we've just revamped that. It's a fabulous new product. We've got that's for $349 a year, $34.99 a month, plus the setup fee. And then finally, our global agent package, which brings you to the top of agent searches. You get a personal banner ad. We saw those geo-targeted. You get to the front page of World Properties. I will show you World Properties in just a moment. You get to make up to 10 of your listings featured, as well as our Facebook app, the multilingual IDX property search for your personal website, and the 10 featured listings are also syndicated to more than 20 top international portals around the world. This package is offered for $749 a year or $74.99 a month. Okay. All right, so Ashley, I'm going to go back out and just show you a few other items. Okay, so I know somebody's having some problems with the updating the profile, and I think we'll probably need to contact you directly on that. Usually should be updated immediately, so I do want to make sure we get that taken care of for you, and we'll do that. Okay, so let me actually, I'm going to just check real quick again to see how, see if we can just show you a couple things that we missed. All right, let's see if we'll try it again here. There we go. Okay, so we're going to talk about, I'm just going to show you really quickly how you can post your listings to Facebook. That's actually very simple. You'll simply click the Facebook radio button there in terms of choosing media. You'll go next. You'll choose the property you want to post. You can only post one property at a time. I've only got one, so that makes my choice very simple. I click next. You get a confirmation you're about to publish to Facebook. I click go. You do need to be logged into Facebook. And then you'll see your post. You can write a note on your post, create view, create property, and then share it. And this will show up on your timeline. A visitor to your Facebook profile or a friend can click on the link. It will bring them to the property detail. That property detail will have the drop-down translate button so they can translate it into any of the 19 different languages. Pretty simple. Now you can also, in this same area, create a flyer for any of your properties. You can see we've got 8 different templates, which you can see in more detail as you mouse over them. You simply choose the template that you like the best, click next. Again, choose the property you want to create a flyer for, next, and voila. You've got a beautiful flyer for your property. You can translate it at this point. We can translate it to Spanish. It's now in Spanish. It's got my photo. It's got my information. I can save it as a PDF or print it out. Before I leave Proxio, I did want to let you know I've gone over a lot of different things. There is a resource, a help resource for you within the product. That's this center button here where it says View Getting Started Guide. If you click on that, it will bring you to a mini site. We've got a welcome video. Here is our contact information. We've got a user guide and tips. We've broken down some of the items that we've talked through today. If you want to just remember how do I complete my profile or how do I build my network, you can check here. We do have a complete profile, a complete slide set of everything and some more that I've gone over today. We do have a copy of a webinar if you want to listen to the webinar again, and our contact information. We are on the West Coast. We do answer the phone Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. You could call us directly at 650-515-3433 or send us an email at support@proxio.com. We also have a section on this mini site for marketing yourself. We get asked probably all the time about a listing tool. So we do have a listing tool in various different file formats here for you. This is something that will tell clients or prospective clients what you can do for them based on your membership in Proxio and how you can market their listing globally. We have some news tidbits for marketing materials. We do have tips on working with international multicultural clients as well as social media. We've got logos here for print or web, as well as our contact information. So don't forget, if you've forgotten how to do something, you've got access to that here in the middle. All right, now I think what I'd like to do is just show you real quick world properties, so you can see how that looks. Let's change this to the US. So as I said, World Properties is a consumer site. These here are featured agents, our global agents. Featured listings do get rotated as well to the front page. The search is very simple. I'm just going to actually replicate the search we did in Proxio. You can see how things look on World Properties, how your properties would look like here. I think we did that. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. So you can see this is what search results look like on World Properties. These two properties are featured listings. They do come to the top of searches in World Properties as well. I believe this one here is the same property we were looking at earlier. This is what a property looks like on World Properties. As you can see, there is ways to contact the agent. So this will be a way for you to capture leads. You can do the contact agent form. This can be translated to Spanish. So everything now is in Spanish. Not only are your listings available here, but your profile as well. So I can search for agents. I can do, oops, we went, I think we were in France. Spoken English. And I think Pierre was on the second page. There's Pierre. So this is what your profiles will look like on World Properties. Again, there's a place for contact information, so this is another, yet again, a place that you can capture leads. All right. Now, I did want to just show you our Facebook app. Sorry. Okay, so there's a question I missed around translating website. I think that's for the global package. I'm going to show you that in a minute. I think it's going to answer the question, but hold on for that. I will just show that in just a moment here. This is our Facebook app. It does oops, it does need to be, oh, okay, sorry. It does need to be placed on a Facebook page, a Facebook business page. Those are the rules of Facebook. This is the property search icon for social search. This is where it appears. It can be customized however you wish, but when a visitor comes to your website and clicks on that, they get taken to a property search. This would be an IDEX search. A couple things to note. The entire application is currently translated into, in addition, it's in English, to Spanish, Portuguese, and French. So yet one more way for you to truly be global and capture and communicate with visitors from other places in the world who speak other languages. So if a visitor comes to your page in your app whose browser is set for another language like Spanish, they will be able to experience the entire application in Spanish. The other thing to note is your contact information is at the top and the bottom of every page in the app, so you're always it's always available for capturing leads and information contacts. The property search is very simple. Just do a simple search for homes. There, we'll go search. These are the search results. This is how they're presented. They're very visual. Now, if I'm interested in learning more, about any property, I simply click the Learn More button, which brings me to property detail information here. All the images of the property are straight up in front. I have a map and other property remarks. If I want to request more information, when I click on this form pops up. When I complete it, this will go to you. So it's a way for you to, again, capture leads. Now, we're talking about social media, so what you're being able to deliver to your visitors is a way for them to communicate and share with their friends and family. So they can like the property, so it shows up in the news feeds of their friends. They can email it to somebody. When they send this and it arrives in their friends or family's email inbox, it will have a link back to your Facebook page and the property detail. I can share it so it shows up on my Facebook timeline. I can tweet it or pin it. So lots of ways for your visitors to start to have conversations with your properties at the center of those conversations. Now, the other thing that you can do that this app provides for visitors to your page is they can save properties so that they can come back. This brings them back to your Facebook page, and they don't have to do the searches. So if I'm interested in, let's see, say I'm interested in this property, I can save it. When I come back to your page, I can simply click Save Properties. I can see the different properties I've saved. I don't have to do any more searching. Now, the other thing I can do is I can actually compare up to 3 properties. So this is a really nifty feature here. Your visitor simply clicks Compare of the 3 properties they'd like to compare. And the little icons you see now show up here. I click Compare. And now they can see the properties side by side. So I can see the information about the properties. I can still view the details of any particular property or request more information. Now here's kind of the cool thing. I can send this to, so these are the 3 properties I like the best. But I'm interested in knowing what the people I care about think about it. So I would maybe want to share this with my best friend and my parents and my siblings. So I click Send. I write them a message, oops, and I send this out. Now, when it arrives into their email inbox, once again, it's got a link back to your Facebook page, but it actually puts them into a poll where they can actually vote on their favorite property, and they can leave me comments. So maybe my best friend says, I love the Point Drive property. I mean, just the view is fabulous. The comments are all private between your visitor and their friends and family. It's not going to show up on your Facebook page. But what you've really allowed them to do is have a conversation and really reach out and communicate with the people they care about, allowing you and your property to be exposed to even more people. And that's a way for you to sort of really tackle the virality of social media and give you access to people beyond just your visitors, because as you probably know, every Facebook user has on average 130 plus family and friends, and you want to be able to access those people. So that is our Facebook app social search, and I'm going to go now show you the widget that shows up on a personal website, and I think this will answer the previous question. If not, please let me know. So this is an agent's personal website. This down here is the search widget. As you can see, it has all the different flags for the different languages. So I can do the search in any language. So if I want to do the search, say, in Spanish, because I speak Spanish, you'll see everything is now in Spanish. And I can go ahead and do the search, but I'm going to go back to English. You'll see that visitors can search either just your listings, your agency listings, or all the IDX listings. Let's just do a quick, we'll go to Alaska, there's only one. These are the search results. I can continue to do some more searching, or I can learn more about this particular property. This is how the property detail looks. Lots of visuals, description, information presented by you. So whether or not this property is Susanna's, and I suspect it's probably not hers, it's probably part of her network, someone in her network, or the IDX, she will get the contact information. So if I request more information, we have this nice contact box with lots of good information. I fill it out. This will go to Susanna. That is her lead. Now, all of this, again, can be translated. So if I translate this into Spanish, for example, it's now in Spanish. Now, we have provided, once again, ways for your visitors to share the information on your website, the property information, with the people they care about. They can tweet it, they can like it, pin it, email it, or print it out. It will do all those things in whatever language they have chosen. So in this case, if I were to email it to, say, my parents, it would go to them in Spanish. So I think, did I answer the question, hopefully, around the translation? And this is available both in our premium as well as our global package. All right, let's see. Just have another minute or two, but so just wrapping up, we have spent this last hour really talking about global and truly talking about the opportunity it does really provide. Hopefully you've seen that if you open your doors to the world, you really can open your doors to more business. And Proxio can help you do that. We can help you connect in an international network of real estate professionals, promote your listings in 19 languages to a global audience, and sell more to buyers around the world. So that is the webinar. I will leave it open for any more questions if there's something I haven't addressed. But I did want to thank you very much for taking an hour out of your very busy days. I'm hoping that it was helpful. Truly, your success is our success. We do want to hear from you. If you have any questions or feedback, please feel free to call us at 650-515-3433 or email us at support@proxio.com. Okay, let's see. So question, does the package translate the whole? Are you talking about the whole website, if that's the question? If the question was, does the widget translate your whole personal website, the answer is no. It's just the property search that is translated. like the personal text. Sorry, personal text. So it does the text in the listing information. Oh, okay, I have answered it. Thank you. Okay, I'm happy to answer any other questions that may come up. Otherwise, again, I wanted to thank you very, very much for your time today.